Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the Islam and Finance Show, where we explore the intersection of Islam and the current financial industry. And here we empower you with insights to navigate the industry of business and world with ethics and effectively, as you explore the industry of business. And in today's episode, we focus on the fundamental aspect of any startup, that is developing a product or a service for your business. This is one key area or stage for your business. And in studio, we are joined by Mr. Mutebi Alawi, the CEO of Eurosat Group. And he's going to get us into the insights of what it means to develop a product or a service for a startup. This show is brought to you by Hijaz Finance, an Islamic financial institution that is helping you practice halal savings, credit and earn credit, and also invest, with an interaction of an institution that you can trust. We are located at Conrad Plaza, Long Nasser Road. You can find different information about our services on the different social media platforms, that is on X, on Facebook, and Instagram, on Hijaz Finance. And you can read more about us on our website, www.hijazfinance.com. You can as well give us a call if you need any assistance in maybe opening up an account. You can call 074 000 6123, or you can just go straight away on your Google Play Store or Apple Store and download the Hijaz Finance app for you to start off with us. We say, come do halal business. Let us help you save. Let us help you get credit in a halal manner. So, Mr. Mtebi, I will welcome you in the studio once again, and as well ask you to say your salam to the viewers, then we get into it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, thumma salatu wa salam sayyidina wa habibana Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The praise is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious, the most merciful, the master of the day of recompense. We are glad to be having this show today, and thanks to the organizers, the host, and Salam TV for inviting me here to give some insights, to share some knowledge, and also to teach some few things that I think can help the small, medium, and the startup businesses, and also people who are just there thinking about how to start and how to navigate through the startup ecosystem or environment.
All right, alhamdulillah. So just let's get right into it. We understand that one of the first steps in running a startup or any project, it is to first identify what product you're having or what service are you providing. And for us to understand that, we already have an idea. How are we connecting this product or the idea we are having into an actual product or service that can actually be taken to the market?
Alhamdulillah. The topic today is an interesting one because we have seen several times people tending to do business and starting up very many things. Yeah. But we always need to ask ourselves, the business we are starting, the startup that we are running or we are planning to run, what are we going to sell? The biggest question we ask as entrepreneurs is what are you selling that people can buy and give you money? Because the main objective as to why you are having or you are starting up a business is to earn money.
Yeah.
What do you have to sell and get money? So the earlier entrepreneurs came up with a saying that says that if you don't have what to sell, then you don't have any business to do. I mean, much as you are saying you are having business, but if you don't have what to sell, a product to sell or service, then that renders you as no business, because nobody is going to buy into your business without anything it is selling. So basically, we want to give an insight of what do we mean by a product.
Yeah.
So a product is a good or service.
Okay.
It's a good or service that you actually come up with, or they can be ideas. When I talk about a good, it is something that is tangible.
Yes.
So a product can be tangible or can be intangible, meaning it can be service that you are providing, and in return, people are willing to pay you and take away what you have. Either it is a service or a tangible product. Say something like a camera, a TV, and so many other products. Those are tangible. So someone, in exchange of what you have to offer as a good or service, they in return give you money. And there should be actually the willingness for them to pay. It should be not just by forcing them.
Is there someone who makes a product and tries to force it into people's?
Yeah, if you find out that for you to get money out of it, you need to take a lot of time, to cry to somebody, to show them that they need this, to tell them to help you. Actually, if you find yourself that you are pleading to a client that please help me so that I can get something to eat, then you get to know that the clients or the public is not in need of your service, or your target market is not in need of your service or product.
That is also a market strategy. Someone comes, please, I need to make a sale. I need to have, maybe they are selling for a certain company. I need to sell this product. I need to make sales. Kindly buy from me. Is it now, similar to what you're trying to explain?
The question that comes to our mind as we are developing the product.
Yeah.
Can I sustain for a year if someone is just helping me to buy and I make a sale?
Okay.
If he buys today, is he gonna buy tomorrow? In the essence of helping me to sell? So still, we come back to 0 squared. 0 squared becomes 0. You have pleaded for somebody to buy from you to make a sale, and you made the sale. But again, you are coming back to 0. So the pleading and the crying to make a sale cannot save you, cannot save the business. So this is why we are saying product development is one of the critical processes in a business that each and every business at a startup level should be keen at analyzing and refining and improving.
Okay, so we now have an idea. We know what our business, by the time we've started, we know something of what we want to sell to the market.
Yeah.
How do we turn it into a product or a service that can actually be bought without the pleading?
Yeah, now that is what we call the product development process.
Okay.
The product development process has a number of stages, but it begins as, at a time when people start brainstorming ideas, start brainstorming concepts to come up with an idea. So the product process begins from the idea or the ideation stage. Some person should have thought of an idea that is going to pass through a different channel or is going to pass through different processes to become a product that is consumed in the market and people are paying for it. So what I want to bring to the minds of the viewers, that this is not a 1 or 2 or 3 days activity that you go there, make something, then take to the market, and you think you have made it.
Done.
And it is not a silver bullet that even when you pass through all these processes, it is automatic your product is gonna be successful. There are very many underlying factors.
Is there anything like a product wasn't successful? What like how do you even know what do you mean by a product not being successful at the end of it being taken through all these processes?
Remember, just as we began, we said this product should be in position for people to consume it, and in return they pay
the money
for it. So if people are not consuming the product or are not making returns as money, the product can't be successful. I mean, how are you going to produce it? How are you going to keep on manufacturing? Or how are you going to keep on maintaining the service you are giving out? It's going to be difficult for you. So by success, we mean something that is consumed by multiple customers at certain intervals, and they are indeed paying for it.
Okay.
So that's what we mean by success.
Yeah.
So like we said, making the product or service a success is a journey. And this journey is where we start with a set of ideas, concepts that are built up with an objective of serving or solving a problem for a certain market segment that is willing to pay for the solution that we are providing as a problem, that we are providing as a product. So these products and services are aimed or are geared towards solving certain problems which people are willing to pay for. So those are the simple principles of as you try to think of your product, as you develop ideas, the bottom line is this product solving a problem? Is it a solution to a certain problem? And are people willing to pay for that solution to get rid of the problem they have? So if the product answers those questions, then you can now proceed to other levels of product development.
So just to delve a little deeper into the part of a product being able to solve a certain problem, does it mean that you identify a product and then ensure that it solves a certain problem, or you identify the problem first and then design a product for it or a service?
Yes, it is a process we are talking about, and we are going to keep talking about throughout this show, which begins with ideas.
Yes.
Then these ideas are now, they become a set, not one or two ideas. You know, it starts one idea, then you build a set of ideas, but they are all geared towards improving this product. Remember, we said a product can be an idea that is being conceptualized to solve a certain problem that people are willing to pay for, even when it's not yet there. Actually, products don't begin by being there.
Yeah.
They begin with ideas. Now, in the ideation stage is where we are deep diving into looking at the existing problems. Before we say this is our product, we are putting on market, we first look at the problems that are existing. Which problems are existing in the market, in our communities or in the market? And then now we start thinking of them as a solution. We start thinking of the solution. Now, the solution process is what brings into what we call a product or service.
Before you go very far, is it okay as we are developing ideas, is it right to share your ideas with other people who are maybe not directly going to affect the product development, or even those who can directly affect the product development?
We shall look at that when we go deep into the ideation stage, but just to give you a hint on it.
Yeah.
It is okay to share your idea. Even when you think, so long as you are sharing to a person you think can give you right feedback and support.
As we fear our ideas being stolen.
Fearing the ideas are, we shall say ideas are nothing.
Huh?
Ideas are nothing because they are not solving any problem. They don't have any product in place.
Okay.
And I mean, they are not proved for people to pay for them. Do you mean if you come and tell me I'm a client, if you can come and tell me an idea that is solving a problem, you have solved my problem?
No.
You have not solved my problem. You need to pass through a serious process for you to put up that so-called product or service that is going to solve my problem. So I'm just helping you to realize that maybe this is something that has a connection to problems with so and so, to problems with so and so, to people who have the same behaviors like so and so. I'm helping you. I might be one person with certain behaviors and characters you have realized.
Yeah.
And then when you share with me, you have got feedback of almost 100 people who look like me, who maybe live in the same environment like me.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So sharing the idea has nothing to do with your idea not being successful. Because when you share it, I mean, someone cannot just take it and then they start making money. They need also to pass through the process, which you are also supposed to pass through. So it's not a silver bullet that I have got this idea, I have had this one and this one and this one. And this is why what we're always telling young entrepreneurs. For you to realize a product that is going to make money, it is a process. It's not a one day kind of, I copped an idea, I have this beautiful idea, this is the best idea.
Yeah.
You know, it can be the best idea, but not the best product, because it's not yet a fully fledged product that can be consumed. So this is why we have a number of stages that we pass through.
Back to the ideation stage.
Now, before we go to the ideation stage, the product development stage is a little bit categorized into some two components.
Okay.
There is where we have the incremental, an incremental product, and where we have what we call a radical product. The incremental product is where similar products have been there, or even there has been a product that has been there, but you want now to innovate around and better it to solve certain unique problems.
For instance, the phones already do exist, and maybe someone else wants to add a feature in the phones that does not exist at the moment.
Just yesterday, I think it was yesterday, but this week, we saw MTN launching some desk phone which can work as a router for internet. It can again work as a payment, a payment terminal for the merchant codes and whatsoever. It can make calls, it can connect internet, and
can also
handle. So they are coming up with a handset, a desk handset that someone can use to solve a number of problems while operating a small business. So desk phones have always been there. But the innovation is that they are becoming so specific to solving the challenge of a person who is operating a small business. Not being able to buy a router, again to buy airtime, again to go and have a merchant code. Now this is something in one. When somebody has it, they can make calls, they can do everything they want. So that is incremental innovation.
That's the incremental product innovation.
Yeah, they are innovating on what has been existing. And then we have other cases where we have the radical innovation. Somebody starts from scratch. He says, okay, I see there is a lot of, kind of challenges in charging these phones, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna manufacture a phone that charges wireless. That just charges
wireless
with space, right? So this is a radical innovation. It hasn't been there. I mean, so maybe there are terminals he has put in different areas or locations, and people could just connect to them just like you connect to Wi-Fi, and then they get their phones charged.
Is it already there?
No, these are ideas that have been, reasoned about. But what we are saying now, people are trying to be radical to bring up some new things. Like I told you, it's a process.
Yeah.
We don't know, maybe in 3 or 5 years, these are gonna be products we are consuming, and we no longer mind about, I left my charger, I forgot it there, I forgot it here and here. And we just charge through space.
So I think at a certain level, every product is a radical product until up to a certain period of time that it has circulated in the market, that then it becomes an incremental product or service, right? Yeah,
it's a process that makes it either radical or incremental. But
can a product remain radical in over time?
It depends on the generation and the kind of creativity, the generations that come after it. We had phones like Nokia, and Nokia was a good phone. I mean, it remained radical. They didn't improve from the stage they were operating. They remained at the radical stage. So people who went by the incremental innovation kind of approach came up with smartphones, bringing all things into one thing. So it is upon you as an innovator. If you decide to remain, a radical innovator, you die a radical. If you decide
we expect someone or
what we advise entrepreneurs that keep innovating, keep improving, keep learning new things. Never get comfortable of how your product is dominating the market. Because other people are gonna innovate around, and they will take you away in some years to come. Just keep innovating, keep doing research, keep learning new things, and keep monitoring and analyzing the market trends. What are the market trends saying? Adjust accordingly. Don't stay radical. So radicalism is what kills.
Now we've seen the innovation, incremental and the radical products. So maybe a business personnel or an entrepreneur has decided, I'm going radical or I'm going incremental. What next?
That was just something to note and to let people understand. But all that is realized as you go through this process of business, these processes of product development. Product development is some key area where the startup or an existing company that has, made it in the market should run and should invest in day to day, day in and day out. And from the ideation stage is where we now get into what we call the SWOT analysis. We do a little bit of the SWOT analysis and try to see Where is our strength? Which are our weaknesses?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so many other components within the SWOT. Why do we look at the SWOT analysis? Because we might have beautiful ideas.
We sure do always have beautiful ideas.
Yeah, people have beautiful ideas every day. Some are just dreaming of everything they can do. But after dreaming, the first thing is go into your SWOT analysis. Okay. Try to analyze what is my strength, right?
Within this particular idea.
Coming up with this idea.
Yeah.
I'm starting the journey of developing this idea that is supposed to turn into a product that is going to be consumed and people pay for it. Yeah. Where is my strength? What are my weaknesses?
Yeah.
And then what are the opportunities around?
Okay.
What are the opportunities around? And then the T stands for
the threats.
The threats. What are the threats? We have seen some young people having very beautiful ideas. But I mean, the regulatory framework, the environment here does not favor them. So when you go back to your SWOT, look at the environment, look at the economy where you're operating, look at the regulatory framework, look at the culture of the people within the market you want to operate. How do they, how do they complement this product or this idea, right?
Yeah.
So those are all areas of strength. The idea could be, an engineering idea. You are not an engineer. How are you going to come up with a product that is, driven by that? The idea could need millions of money. And I mean, for you to start it just from the beginning, you need to have gold.
Oh yeah, you've reminded me. I met a young man, 16 years old, and his idea was to develop motor toys. And he was saying that I do not have access to motors. And personally, I wouldn't fully understand why do you need the motor toys and everything. And he was like, just for the people who are in very maybe slum areas, that they do not really have the luxury of having very many toys. But if he can have one motor toy that maybe can be used to move around, it can, like, it is easier, according to his idea, it is easier to have such toys for the children in the slum areas than any other toy. And the idea failed because of the investment.
Now at that ideation stage, he's right to think about all those, and that is the right time now to start thinking about them and try to streamline. Now he was checking his SWOT analysis. He was using his SWOT analysis and aware of whether he's going to be successful. Because now the threat was that motors are not what? Accessible.
Yeah.
Right? Will it really be sustainable? Are you gonna be is it gonna be possible for you to make these products when even the core raw material is not something that is just easily accessible anywhere?
Yeah.
So those are the ideas, or those are the kind of concepts we want entrepreneurs to understand as they start their businesses. And we always advise young entrepreneurs that please don't fall in love with your idea, because it's gonna take you are gonna think that you have the best idea, it is going to solve all the world's problems and very many things. So you falling in love with your idea does not pay you any money. What we want is we want at an ideation stage, we want people, the prospects, to fall in love into your idea. That could give you a positive feedback for you to continue with other process. But if you find out that it's only you who is falling in love with your idea, meaning even when they tell you they criticize it at a certain point, they try to advise, then for you think what you know is the best. Or you think you don't need to let them know of what you have inside your idea. They might steal it.
Until it comes out and no one is buying.
So you are going to use a lot of money to bring it out, and you will bring it out and people are not willing to pay it. And then you go back to the other first stages, and now you have used the resources, the minimum resources you would have used to go through these processes and refine your idea into a product.
Wow. Alhamdulillah. I expect that we are
maybe
going
at that
to
point of ideation, we also try to look at partnerships. Fresh ideas need, to see how they can collaborate with other existing businesses. Other existing businesses can be able to push you here and there, or they can be able to fund you, and you just have a partnership. But at that point, you need to have the legal aspects, seek for legal support and other legal procedures to help you tame and nurture your relationship with the other partner or the other big business that you are going to partner with.
All right. So Mr. Mutebi has generally, according to my understanding, brought out 3 key points in product or service development for your startup, and that is idea understanding, and doing your SWOT analysis, and then working with different partners. And he said you should not fall so much in love with your idea. We understand that by the time you create an idea, you have a special kind of attachment, but for purposes of business, you may not need to get so attached, and be flexible to improve it and innovate, and maybe share with the different stakeholders that can help you grow the idea into actually a marketable product or a service. I believe we shall be able to add on a few points the next time, inshallah. And we continue to thank you, our viewer, for always sitting in and listening to see how best you can better your business, and how best you can grow into beyond just a business, or maybe into a whole company, and doing all this with in mind that the Islamic principles still apply, and you can still be ethical, you can be very sustainable, and you can still thrive financially with your business. We are sponsored by Hijaz Finance, an Islamic financial institution located at Conrad Plaza along Nasser Road. I am Nantenza Nadia Malka. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Eno ye Salam TV.